Hey guys, welcome to RC Video Reviews. It's time for the Kraken Maiden. I'm excited about this one because it's a nice helicopter, man. These Krakens by SAB are absolutely beautiful helicopters. And yeah, it's time to maiden it. So I wanted to do a little bit of a build review first, let you guys know what I've got in terms of equipment in this helicopter, and then we'll get it up and I'm going to do a flight. But as you know, my process doesn't change just because it's a helicopter. I'll get it up into a hover, I'll fly around just a little bit, check things out, make sure everything looks good. Hopefully we won't have any issues with vibrations or blade tracking, and as long as everything looks okay, then I'll fly around a little bit and then we'll get it on the ground and take it home and inspect. And as it goes with the helicopter, there are a lot more moving parts than on a fixed wing, so this is not something that I take lightly. I'm real serious about getting them down and checking things over to make sure that there's nothing coming loose that shouldn't. And I've seen plenty of YouTube videos where people put up really nice helicopters, they fly them around a little bit and then they take off and start doing their thing, and they come out of the sky like a meteor because something came loose that shouldn't have. And I'm a firm believer that on a post-flight inspection on a short flight will reveal those issues. So the maiden will be brief, but we'll get it up and make sure everything is working, and then we'll take it home and inspect it. All right, we'll start off by taking a look at the canopy. This is a carbon fiber canopy, and one of the things I really like about it are these quick release mechanisms inside. There's just this little plunger on the outside. You pop it into a cup, press the pin, and it locks the canopy in place. Really nice mechanism, and it's a very secure fit. And of course, the carbon fiber on the canopy, all top-end stuff by SAB. And the graphics, you simply can't beat. In my opinion, I don't think you can beat SAB graphics. I like to see someone compete with them, but they do a really nice job on their graphics. Next up, we've got the Platinum V4 Hobby Wing 120 amp ESC. I like these in my setups because they work really well with the Icon, and you get full telemetry with the Radiomaster R161 receiver over a single wire. So we basically feed telemetry back to the Icon, and then the Icon feeds it out over F-port V2 to the R161 and down to the radio. So we get current and voltage off of this guy, and then off of the Icon for telemetry we get RPM and all the other good stuff that the Icon feeds to the radio. One other thing I'll point out, and this is new, a new thing that I got into, are these spark arrest XT90s. And I've talked to some people who have electrical knowledge, and the bottom line is real simple. The capacitors are what pop in the ESC when you connect a high voltage differential, and the spark arrestor simply makes a lower current connection first. So it eliminates the spark, and the only real advantage is that it helps avoid things like pitting on these poles or the barrel connectors. So that's the main advantage by using a spark arrestor, but I can tell you that these spark arrestors, they definitely work. When I connect it, it's very quiet. So I've got the ESC fan installed on top of the ESC. I'm running, for today, I'm running a Turnigy 6S5000, but I have some Hyperiors on the way that I'll be using instead. All right, for the motor, I've got an X-Nova 4025 1120 kV. I love those X-Nova motors. They're solid performers. And then for the servos, I'm using KST BLS 915 V2s up front. These are full size, and keep in mind, if you decide to go with full size servos on your setup, you need to buy an adapter. The Kraken comes from the factory set up for the mini size servos. So just keep that in mind. If you decide to go with full size servos, you do need an adapter for the front two servos and one for the back as well. And then on the back, also 915, so all the cyclic servos are 915 V2s. And then the tail servo is a BLS 805X. One of the things I found really interesting about this build is that those side plates I thought were decorative, but they're not. They're actually structural. So the landing gear is connected to these side plates. The tail is carbon fiber as well. It's connected with a couple of plastic shear bolts. You can see I've got my capacitor on the Icon, and that the idea there is to smooth out power from the BEC. And then they even include this little 3D printed antenna mount that just sticks on the back of the rear servo, and then the receiver is connected on the bottom of that servo. So it's a really tidy arrangement in there in terms of wiring. And then another really trick thing they did is they have this wiring loom. So they include a wiring loom that just bolts to the frame, and you can see the little zip ties right here, here, and here. That's designed to help you shield and hide the wire. So really nice, clean wiring job on this helicopter. And then on the back, just a standard arrangement on the back. You can adjust this by doing this little Z-walk. There's a couple of videos out there on that. I won't cover that today, but you can adjust tension just by loosening these screws in a certain order and walking it back. Metal tail grips, of course, on the back, and of course metal grips up top on the main shaft. Another cool feature on this helicopter is they use a transmission. So there's the transmission, and it goes from the main shaft down to the motor. So a much smaller gear inside, and that's how they do that. They put a little reduction gear right here, but the reason they're not using a great big gear is because of that transmission. I think that's it on the build. You got anything, Freddie? You've got a Kraken. You've flown it for a while. You have anything that you would add about the build? Or
As far as the build goes, I will say that this was one of the most enjoyable builds that I've done to date so far. Everything just went together so effortlessly, and everything fell into place. SAB really did a good job engineering the design of this helicopter, and I have no complaints with it.
I don't either, man. I didn't make a single mod to this, not a one. I didn't have to adjust it.
The only thing I had to do was, like I was saying before, I had to drill my holder, my push rod holder out a little bit, because for some reason mine was cocked a little bit to one side, and I just opened that hole up a little bit, and that was it. Everything was set.
That's it, huh? All right, well, it's time to fly this bad boy. We're gonna maiden it, so hang tight. We'll get to the flight in just a minute. Well, it's time to stop screwing around and see what this bad boy does. So throttle lock's coming off. It's not spinning. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. All right, here comes the power.
Here comes the boom.
Here comes the boom. Okay, yaw is correct, so that's right, that's left. Here's a pull back, that's accurate, and pull forward is accurate, and a lean right, that looks good, and a lean left, that looks good. Okay, so all the axes look like they're working correctly. Get her into a hover. Oh.
How's that feel?
That's pretty. Look at the tail, man. That looks good, huh?
That's pretty solid so far.
Blade tracking looks okay.
Not a wiggle.
Nice. All right. Good job, Kraken, so far. Oh, man, I like it. I'm keeping it close, guys. Don't expect much. I just want to see it fly, make sure all the control surfaces work correctly, and that I've got a good directional control, and I do. Make sure there's just nothing. All I'm looking for is controllability right now and any bad habits, but man, that looks great. Beautiful. Man, what a nice helicopter. Listen to the way it sounds, dude. I'm telling you, that sounds like a turboprop. It sounds like almost like it's got a jet engine in it. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. You see anything, Freddie?
It's looking really good, man.
Looking good?
Blade tracking looks good.
All right, that's 2,000 RPM. You think we should do idle up one just to see?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Check it out.
Man.
All right, I'm gonna do idle up one now.
Idle up one.
All right, that's 2,100 RPM. Well, I see a little wiggle on that tail.
You got a little tail gusher going now.
What's that noise? Do you hear that?
Yeah, land it. Just land it.
All right, I heard something.
Your canopy was rattling a little bit. I don't know if that was it or not. See your canopy rattling?
We're gonna land it and see what that noise was about. Stop that. Yeah, I heard something rattling.
I don't know, man. Well, I mean, just visually, I see your canopy was rattling a little bit. On the left side, the back there was gonna.
It's latched.
Yeah, this ain't going nowhere. I was just thinking maybe it vibrated or something, but.
Feel that servo. It's on the bottom. That feels a little hot.
The other ones that feel the same.
Yeah, well, the motor feels a little warm.
I'm not sure what I heard. I heard something for a second, but it seemed to go away.
Yeah. All right. Well, we just gave it a look over. We didn't see anything missing, so I'm just going to pop it up into a hover again. Everything looked okay. We took the canopy off. Tail belt looked all right. Maybe a little loose, and I can tighten that up a little. No wiring was out of place. The servos looked okay. So we're just going to, what I really like to do is just kind of run through the battery a little. And so I'm going to pop it back up into a hover again, and we'll just finish this battery off. At least get one full pack through it at least. And then, you know, I'll take it home again, like I said, and do a full inspection.
You only did that when you upped the idle up, right?
Yeah. I don't see any vibrations. I'm going to do idle up again.
Yeah, bring it up a little bit first.
I hear something. Do you hear it?
I'm trying to listen.
I hear a tick tick. Maybe it's just the blades.
I'm not hearing it. Oh, that fluttering sound
Yeah.
like? Yeah. Yeah, something ain't right. Yeah, don't land it. So you got to, or put it back in idle up.
That's idle. That's normal mode.
I think something's vibrating.
Oh, time to go do an inspection.
Yeah, it's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, it sounded like a plastic tick 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 tick.
I didn't hear a tick, and I heard like a woo.
Huh.
My hearing's not the best, but.
All right, well, I think that'll be it for the Maiden, and that's why I keep them close, man. I'm gonna take it back to the bench now and figure out what that noise was about, and we'll figure it out. There's got to be something going on, but I definitely noticed it going into idle up 1. I heard a ticking sound, so we'll have to figure it out. We'll have to spend a little time on it.
Couldn't even be just this canopy.
We decided to try it with the canopy off to see if that's what's causing the tick sound. Could be. Sounds quieter already.
Possibly. I mean, I'm just assuming since that's what I see moving. You don't hear it?
No, I don't hear it now.
I think that might have been just.
Got to be the canopy.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotta be something with that canopy touching. Yeah, it's quiet now. That's.
I think this side here for some reason is really loose and it's hitting the side of the servo and the antenna holder there.
Yeah, I mean it's quiet now.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
all your problem is.
Canopy. All right.
She's pretty though.
All right. That's good. I'm good. I think it is the canopy because
think
with that
so,
gone,
yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
No.
So we'll just have to sort that out. Maybe I need to find some place to put some dampening tape or something
Yeah.
like that on there. Might be, and it is the larger servos too, so it's possible that that's what's
Man, it
going
might
on.
be have something to do with I got the minis and they don't hit. So.
Another argument for the mini servos, huh?
Well,
All right, guys.
The main reason I went with the minis is because I had a set from the the 500 I had, so I just used those instead of buying new servos.
Well, and SAB does recommend minis. They say it's fine with this
Well,
helicopter.
The single most important decision with using the minis, as far as clarification, was that Kyle Stacy runs his, so with minis.
Yeah.
I figured it was good enough for him, it should be good enough for me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, that wraps up the Maiden for the SAB Kraken. Definitely was the canopy, because when we took that off, that noise completely went away. So it was nothing mechanical. I think something up here, maybe just touching one of the servos, or maybe even the antenna mount. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to work it out. Maybe just some foam tape up there, or something to make it a little firmer. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to work on that. I'd say overall it flew well. I didn't see any issues on the tail rotor. The main blades tracked just fine. The icon, you know, we've got that pretty much, I'd say, you know.
It's close,
yeah. At least for initial setup, it's pretty good. You know, we didn't do any real testing today, but it flew it and it did well. So definitely 2 thumbs up for me. I like it. I love the look of this helicopter, so I'm really pleased with the way it came out.
Yeah, I call it a successful day.
Yeah, successful day. Got up and down. It's no longer a model. Now it's an actual helicopter, right? So there we go. All right, guys. Hey, I hope you enjoy this kind of material. If you do, please hit the subscribe and notification bell down below so that you know when new videos hit the channel. That's all I've got for today. Take it easy.
Later, folks.
Hey, if you like the work I do here on RC Video Reviews, please consider joining me on Patreon. For about the price of a cup of coffee, you can help me keep making videos just like this one. If you'd like to help out, there's a link in the description and on your screen. Regarding the motor, I've got an X-Nova 4025 1120 kV.
When's the next meeting? I just came into the town from Massachusetts. I belong to the club. I want to renew my membership for the year.
Major segment of the GoPro is on. Although we had some interruptions because some guy from the great state of Massachusetts, was it, Freddie?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Decided to come in and tell us about his inability to use a computer and whatever. So anyway. Fred, man, you got to minimize stuff mine you're touching. It's not that
Well, I forgot about that. I went to pick it up and the goddamn cake, the cover's off on it.
I know, stupid cover. We'll still leave it. We got to wrap it up.
That and tighten your tail belt up a little bit.
Tighten the tail belt
That's a little, it's a little on the loose side, yeah. It's probably going to stretch a little bit too.
Yeah. All right.